Hey, soul fam, Amelia Adair here. I hope you guys are feeling good and doing good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, and I just want to share this message with you today. But before we jump into things, let me put that million into your life, babe. Let's know that we are worthy and that we are able and that we are capable, and put that trust into ourselves. Oftentimes it's so easy to believe negativity, definitely about yourself. Definitely if you wasn't raised in those places that always push you to believe that you are just amazing, just know that it takes time and it takes work and it takes effort, but you have what it takes. You just have to keep doing the work, keep showing up, keep pushing, keep driving, and keep jumping over these hurdles, which we're going to get to today. Okay, we're about to get to some things. The Lord put this on me, so fam, so I have to show up and put you on to some things. So as we, because I'm doing work too, but as you are pushing yourself and working on being a better version of yourself, and you're working with God, and you just taking your time and you applying the knowledge, and you'll get to a point, right? And if you haven't already, because you'll see it once I get into details, you'll start to see it around you more, that oftentimes we fall into temptation and then we stay there for too long. So don't be that person that falls into temptation, trips up, slips up, and never get up and never get out. Okay, so we're going to talk about temptation, being tempted, knowing when to say no, knowing when to let go, knowing when to move forward, knowing when to. All right, where's my fan? I went to get my book, and then I dropped my fan over there because y'all know, it started heating up. But seriously, so fam, when you are, look, I can't even stop saying we, because this is so real. Okay, I'm always transparent with y'all, and oftentimes we can forget about temptation. Right? We can get so caught up in focusing on our goals. We could get so caught up in the world. We could get so caught up on social media, and we could get so caught up with our desires, right? Like our goals, in a sense, are our polished desires, right? So we'll get so focused on receiving. We'll get so focused on being diligent, being persistent, being consistent. Persistent, is that the same? We're gonna just say both. And we'll have a moment or three of temptation, and oftentimes we'll be really close to where we got to go, and we'll slip up in temptation. Now let's talk about temptation real quick. What does it feel like? How do you know it's even there? Let's just clear the air with it really quickly. So fam, temptation it's like a light form of desperation. Okay, so we all know what desperation is. Okay, desperate is when we just desperate. We gonna do whatever. We gonna just be forcing it. We gonna be desperate, right? So temptation is a slight layer of desperation. It comes at the end. So we come at the end of that road. Okay, look, I was about to get into it, but I'm like, let me not even get into it, because they forgot to put me on the record. We gonna get back to that. But anyway, so temptation comes at the end of your battles, at the end of your struggles, at the end of the beginning. Okay, it comes at the end when everything is about to fall in place, the way it's about to fall in place, and then boom, you start to get tempted. You start to get tested, right? So you start to forget all the work that you've been doing, and you start to feel like you're missing something. You start to feel like you just have to do the work that it's necessarily not your job to do, right? So oftentimes when you are making shifts and making changes and working with God, you learn to be patient and be still, right? So in the midst of being still and being patient, you'll start to feel like, okay, and you'll start to do things, and you'll start to change your mind, and you'll start to switch up everything that you've been doing, because you start to get a little desperate for it, right? You start to yearn for it. You start to feel like you need it right now. You start to feel like, if I don't eat this chocolate cake, I'm not going to be happy. You start to just, you know what I'm saying? So fam, you start to be tempted, right? You start to just want to switch back to old ways. Stressing, getting worried, having doubt. So we have to be mindful of this. And we have to know that, all right, we have to have that confidence, right, that everything we're doing is working. Everything we're doing is aligned. Everything we're doing is for the glory, okay? For the glory, for your glory, right? And you have to be confident in your God. You have to be confident that God is not going to bring you all this way to push you off the edge, right? Hold on, let me adjust my legs. Okay, I've been trying to get comfy for a minute. These legs just been like, it's because I got on this dress and I'm a lady, you know. So fam, you have to be confident and you have to be strong in your faith. As we know, faith is something that we cannot see, right? But faith without works is dead. So when people say that, everyone takes it in a different way. I'm going to give my perspective, obviously here. You know what I'm saying? Faith without works is dead, right? So we have to know what the works is, right? Some people think works is working all day long, stressing yourself out. No. Works is quality, right? Showing up and producing quality, not just quantity, not just doing something to do it, not just being in a robotic state, right? That's why you'll see, even me, I'll switch up things. You know, I add a little salt, and sometimes I add a little pepper, and sometimes because I do not like routine, like robotic routine, where it's like, okay, let me wake up, coffee, eggs, bagel. Wake up, coffee, eggs, bagel. No, I can't even eat the same thing every day. I have to be switching it up, right? I have to be just, okay, maybe today I won't even have breakfast. Okay, we did this, all right, let's do this. And now just have a variety of quality to choose from. Sometimes we don't have a variety of quality to choose from because, again, we sitting around, we trying to copy everyone's system. Create your own system. When you create your own system, you just want to sit in some silence and be authentic. Do what you like to. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, depending, because you got to break out of your comfort zone. But like, for instance, okay, yes, I may want a certain thing, but I'm not going to show up in a bikini. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be comfortable like that. So that's what I'm saying, like that type of comfortable. Pushing outside of your comfort zone without disrespecting your boundaries, disrespecting your standards. You know what I'm saying? Disrespecting your core of who you are. All right? I like to just elaborate on that because we don't want to be desperate, right? We want to be driven, we want to be ambitious, and we also want to be confident in the work that we do. And we want to be better versions of ourselves, right? We want to be better versions of ourselves which is knowing what to shift, knowing what's great, knowing what will get better over time. Okay, maybe you're not that great at coming on video and talking. Keep doing it. Even if you're not posting it. Do it, watch it. Do it, watch it. Don't do it one time and then watch it 10 times. No. Do it, watch it. Do it, watch it. Do it, watch it. And this, you're watching yourself, right? You're not watching yourself and then going to look at someone with 50 million subscribers and then comparing it. No. No. Whenever I work on making my content better, I look at how it was then. If I stuttered, if I said, if I don't know, if my lighting was maybe darker, things like that, so you just want to focus on you and what you think is good. Because sometimes we'll have some good work. Okay, maybe it's not as good as this person with 50 million subscribers, but sometimes the goal isn't to get the most subscribers. You have to revisit your goals and realize, okay, the goal here is to make change in this area. The goal here is to create my brand and to just get it off the floor. If your goal is to create the brand and get it off the floor, focus on that. And the rest will fall in place as you go on day by day, step by step. Let's talk about temptation and branding, okay? And then we're gonna talk about temptation with dating. Okay, we're gonna touch on that, all right? But first, temptation with branding. Oftentimes, so fam, people, you'll start to see it too when you put your brand out there. People will reach out and try to have you like buy followers and buy views and buy likes and things like that. So fam, save your time. Do not rush and be tempted to buy clout, right? Payola and things like that, because at the end of the day, you are messing up your algorithm, your long-term results. Okay, so you want to be building your clientele from bottom up. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't be tempted and itching to have 1 million views to say, oh, I got 1 million views. What's 1 million views with no buyers? What's 1 million subscribers with no support? So you have to look at the quality of your brand and realize what's more valuable. Okay? So don't be so tempted to copy what you see other people doing, because you don't know if they're working with God, or at least your God. So you can't be so quick to sit around and be like, well, they did it. Because just because they did it, it don't make it right. Your vision could have a bigger, different fruit basket, and you are peeking too far over in the right lane. This not what you. So I don't even have the words. So be patient with your brand. Don't be so tempted to do crazy stunts and things like that for views. Don't be so quick to have clickbait all the time. Don't be so tempted to have clickbait, period. Sometimes we so hooked on the fact of someone clicking on us and seeing us and viewing us and supporting us. Be still. Work on your quality. Take your time. And show up the best you know how. Don't show up as the best them. Show up as the best you. Which brings us to dating. Tempted to get on those dating apps. Stay off the dating apps. Don't feel like I gotta be texting someone. I have to be conversating. I have to be in the mix. This is why it's important to have a coach, to have a friend, to have someone that you can kind of like, not fall on, but yeah, fall on. So you're not looking like a fool out here, desperate and rushing what God got for you. That's having your faith. That's having your trust. That's having your patience. All right, so fam, I'm gonna nip it in the bud. Okay? Let's not be tempted to do things we know we shouldn't be doing. You know you shouldn't be doing it because you feel guilty. That's like if you know you're on that diet and you go and you just eat the whole jar of ice cream. You was so tempted. It was so sweet. It was something you needed. And after you get it, how are you going to feel? Are you going to be fulfilled? Or are you going to feel guilty and bad and then fall back into a loop of feeling bad for yourself, feeling insecure, seeking validation? Be patient with yourself. Trust yourself. Take your time. Take your time. There's no rush. There's no rush. There's no rush. There's no rush. Okay? You need those lessons. Take those lessons. Take your time. Apply the knowledge. See what works for you. See what don't work for you. Pay attention to your surroundings. And do the work that's required. All right, so fam? So, Amelia Adair, look, I'm speaking fast. Amelia Adair here. Be sure to apply the knowledge, okay? In order to be a part of the Soul Fam, all you have to do is subscribe. And before I let you go, don't forget to grab a copy of 77 Pieces of Poetry. I have some great gems in here that'll get you through the days. Okay, you don't want to get a coach? Get you a good book. This is a good one. I told y'all. So I'll just read one of these poems. I'll pick a poem that'll kind of be where my mood is at. And it'll just be like, okay, all right. It'll bring you just some reminders. This is some great reminders, along with maybe some other book that you may be reading. Add it to the list of great books. All right, so fam, Amelia Adair here. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking with me, supporting with me, showing me some love. I appreciate you. All right. Amelia Adair here. I will see you at the next one. Bye for now. So fam, you don't want me to leave. Look, you don't want me to leave. Ooh, 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 ooh.